I I'm yet to complete the discussion first, so maybe after that I can
Okay.
your presentation.
Okay, let's start from the bottom then. Last week we talked about the coding standards in the code base S2. Can you give us an update for it if you done any or how's the status? Oh wait, okay, yeah, S2.
I'm sorry, Robert. Should I share my screen?
I'm sharing my screen right now, right?
Yes,
Or
but it's
no?
only the whereby the code.
Oh my god, sorry, sorry. What? Sorry. Okay, so last week we S2 talk about the front end guideline. S2, do you have any updates on that? S2?
For the guideline, I still writing on it. I have add a guideline, but still not completed. You can see if you want to see the BE guideline, but I think there is uh, there is need to more written guideline for BE.
Okay, so it's gonna be, you're gonna add it gradually, just like me. Okay, I can
Let's
only,
have a look
but
about the progress,
okay,
so we can learn every week.
yeah. That's okay. Let's see. Coding guidelines. Let's start from S2. Okay. Okay. So we. Do you wanna
Yeah, that
talk
is
about this
the
S2?
okay. That's a backend development guideline that I have made. Uh, I just still add the a simple guideline for uh, writing codes like declare function, variable, or object, and new routes. And I think there is will be so many thing in the future to add to this guideline, but I still doesn't have idea for this one. So I think this guideline is still not completed yet. Maybe Kak Bayu or Chris can help me to fill this guideline if you want.
Ya, so it can be like semua orang bisa masukin sesuatu kalau mau. Okay,
Okay, what
so
should
this
we
is,
put there, and why should we put there? And is it
I
a good
think maybe
practice or not?
for me, I think kayak whenever you find something that irritates you as a developer, you can just put it there and so people can see it. I think that's one of the examples.
Okay, let's have a look. What are those things?
Well, for S2, he, let's see, for one of his
Hello?
cases, the, yes, yes, S2.
Sorry. Your voice is a bit like Robert. Um,
Also,
for example ya, uh, I think I can just create this template beside write the example. Just like bad practice and good practice, I follow the front end guideline. So yeah,
yeah.
is it helpful for the guideline?
Which guideline as to?
This back end guideline.
Okay, can you explain maybe one of them? Why is it a good guideline, or why is it bad guideline?
Oh, okay. For the first one, for declare function ya. For declare function, there is a style with writing function name. With the bad practice is using underscore between two words, and the good practice is just use capitalize in first character between two words. It will make code more clean and easy to read. And the second one is the curly bracket placement. The good one is place the first curly bracket exactly in front of the kurung tutup terakhir itu param 2, and it will make code more clean too. But if you place the curly bracket using the bad practice one, it will make code more messy. And I think I don't like to see this style codes of declare function with bad practice one. And for the declare variable or object, it is just uniform style for all.
Okay, let's talk about that one by one. Is there any question from the others about declaring function?
Me. Actually, even though I'm not really in this part actually, but I want to ask. So we have developed the bad and also the good one, right? And have the bad one? I mean, is the bad one still exists in the current pipeline, or are they like already removed entirely?
For now, I think I don't see this bad practice one in backend codes, but I think it is just for the future developer who will write a new code, so he will use this guideline.
Okay, here's what I see from this one, right? So we are declaring function. This is just a matter of syntax, right? Depending on what the language is, and this is probably JavaScript on backend, right? So what is the what do you call it? The apa sih namanya tuh? The common understanding of writing a function, right? So I think what we can do is this: we need to understand why it's bad, why it's good, right? It's shouldn't be because I like it and I want to see it like this, right? So basically, guideline should be easy for everyone. It's it's not just easy for 1%. My question is this: so when I Google something like JavaScript function expression, right? So the syntax that's shown on most of the example is actually the good practice, right? The one on the good practice. So that's what most people use, and we need to know why, right? And this is a very simple thing. This is very basic thing. So because code is usually counted as how many lines, right? So we consider one function is one line, let's say, if it's only function expression like this. So it should be not two line. You shouldn't put any new lines basically in the function itself. That's for the example. And probably uh, the next one, the variable, uh, it should be written somewhere, right? We and what is the action for that? Let's say if we talk about using camel case, for example, that the example that S2 give there is it's called camel case. So okay, if everyone is agree with that, then let's change everything. Let's change all the variables using camel case, and which variable should we change? Is it only the one on the code, or it includes the external variables? Like we have different column name style, right, on the MySQL database that we are using underscores. So should we change that, or should we only change everything that's on the backend code, or what should we do? So that's the question. What should we do after we know about this? After we, let's say, to S2, the first one, to declare the function. What should we do after we know that this is a good practice? What should we do now?
Actually, my expectation is not to refactor all the codes using this guideline. I make this guideline for the future. In the future, when we code, we use this guideline for to make our codes style uniform. Like if we want to read someone code, we can have easier to understand the other codes. Just for the future, not to refactor.
Okay.
That's my expectation.
Okay. Any questions from the others?
Actually, this is not a question, but it's just a suggestion. See, one of the things that I would like to see, is like preference, and I would like to see in the backend development guideline is design pattern. Sometimes a lot of people have different design pattern, which is for the same functionality, and that could be avoided. Like Akabayu implemented the search function, right? I believe that can be like used in other instances, and that could be included in the guideline, so that people know this data go to where, and that is what's confusing in the repository right now.
Okay, I agree with that. I think that kind of guideline is much better. I think for the basic syntax, I think we can call it this. We can call it apa sih namanya ya? Agreement, consensus, or what is called the standard, right? So this is not a guideline for coding in general, but it's a guideline for coding in Bukit Vista, for example. So you can say, in Bukit Vista we use camel case for variable name, for example. So that's it. Every future programmer will know about that. And then the pattern, uh, like for example, apa namanya, writing a function. How should we write a function? It's not the syntax itself, not the expression itself, but what should be in the function. And how many function inside a function that can be tolerated, or what is the maximum nested function inside a function, or should we use apa sih namanya, reusable pattern instead. I think we can talk about that more in this guideline. And I think
Okay.
last week we agreed that we are not going to do this, right? We are not going to write it for backend guideline, front end guideline. It should be same. Function on front end, should we use different function expression for the front end?
Sorry, what? Yeah,
Should we use different function expression like this for front end?
no, we already doing that, I think.
Right. So
That's the
it
standard.
applies. So it applies for both back end and front end. It's just in general, right? So, and I think we have discussed that, guys. So let's do this. Let's stop doing that. Okay. Let's delete this page. Let's I think we give an example there. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, let's start with this back end then. How do we do this? How to? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm adding a new page, and let's call. What is the title? The Hiring a new function, and then you should explain it there. So uh, you should move that. Siapa namanya yang nulis ini?
Um, maybe in the coding guidelines, we can have like 3 folders. One that's only for front end, one for only back end, and then another folder that overlaps. So like ini kan declare function itu back end sama front end. Jadi kita masukinnya di itu yang overlap folder. Soalnya kan ada yang cuman front end doang, back end nggak ada hubungannya.
Contohnya apa?
Itu kayak reusable component buat front end di back end kan itu sama sekali nggak ada. Kayak React gitu.
Tapi bukan masalah reusable komponennya sebenarnya, tapi reusable pattern ya di backend juga harusnya gitu. Kayak kemarin di BV Node itu harusnya juga reusable, juga ada function juga reusable function gitu. Jadi yang kita bahas itu how to make it reusable. It's apa namanya kemarin Nadia, atomic design, right? So we create a function in the smallest unit, so that we can reuse that for another thing in the future.
Tapi kan nanti ada yang spesifik kayak SQL queries gitu kan, itu nggak ada hubungannya sama front end kan?
Yep. Dan jadi nggak masalah juga kan. Jadi kalau orang front end nggak mungkin nyari soal SQL. So basically it looks like this. Let me give you this. It's a good example.
Biar
okay, this one.
Cuman itu aja sih biar lebih categorize gitu.
Okay, here's the reference. Ini JavaScript. JavaScript bisa dipakai buat backend, bisa dipakai buat front end. Tapi yang dijelasin adalah apa itu apa namanya expressions and operators, apa itu function, apa itu declaration statement segala macam. Itu kan di situ. Kamu mau pakai di backend, mau pakai di front end nggak masalah.
Oke.
Enggak, kebetulan kita pakainya JavaScript semua. Jadi apa namanya? Jadi bakalan bisa dipakai di mana-mana. Terus yang paling penting kan sebenarnya nanti itemnya ini kalau nggak salah paling cuma 10 sampai 20 doang tuh guideline-nya. Kita nggak akan menjelaskan ulang apa yang udah ada di dokumentasi di language itu kan. Kita menjelaskan adalah approach-nya Bukit Vista gimana. Contohnya gini. Mana sih tadi ini ya? Oke, kita bikin ini. How we write a variable name in Bukit Vista. Enggak itu yang dijelasin. Jadi penjelasannya adalah ini harusnya paling atas sendiri pertama kali. We use camel case examples. Gitu. Masuk akal nggak? Jadi kita langsung tahu, oh kalau di Bukit Vista pakainya ini, approach-nya kayak gini, gitu. Terus next apa namanya topik misalnya how we write functions. Terus dijelasin functionnya kayak gimana. Terus mungkin ada di sini topiknya juga how we don't want what kind of functions that we don't want. Ada example-nya juga. Misalnya kalau kamu lagi bug fixing terus ketemu code yang nggak bagus, taruh aja example-nya di sini. Tuh, kenapa itu nggak bagus? Gitu. Make sense nggak?
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's not categorized in terms of front end or back end. Rather, it's just a overlap generalized each page is a different topic gitu.
Yeah. It's best practice basically. So best practice can be implemented anywhere.
Okay. I think that makes sense. See, my only question is, as to mention, right? This is maybe for future developers or future interns that come here and code. Well, that's a great idea to make it standardized and uniform. What's the accountability? Like, how do we actually make sure that they employ these practices? Will there be someone who will manually check that it's already like the code is up to the standard, or yeah, what's the accountability like?
We still have code review, no? No? Before PRing, before merging, we still have
Before
code
merging.
review. Yeah, especially bigger say for other career. I don't know.
Okay. So I guess it already exists, right?
I don't know to the depths and bigger.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Robert or S2?
My pull request is review by Chris. I don't know he do it or not.
Iya sama Chris.
Okay, the inspector ya yang harus make sure.
Okay, let's think about that later. Let's think about this first, right? Jadi S2 sama Robert nggak tahu gimana caranya kita nulis variabel di Bukit Vista, standarnya kayak gimana. Ketika mereka baru masuk. Nah, ketika ada orang baru, nanti ada intern baru, mereka sekarang harus sudah tahu, mereka harus baca itu di mana. Oke, berarti kayak gitu kan goalnya kan?
Iya.
Oke. Nah, sekarang kan kita punya sebenarnya udah ada praktisnya yang bagus, tapi di code-nya itu. Jadi harus baca code-nya dulu. Nah, sekarang kita tinggal menulis itu jadi guideline. Jadi ketika onboarding tinggal ditulis di sini.
Okay. I agree with this concept. But for the backend guideline is not distinct ya berarti. For the backend is for backend guideline is for a pattern function like how many function inside function or how we use model or raw query like that. Is it right, Kak?
Yeah, it's more like that. If there's anything very specific, what is very specific to backend?
Just like make
Like
a rule for there is just one function inside a function. There is no more than two function inside function like that. To make it more, I don't know, like that.
Like root does not exist in front end, right?
Right. So what can we write about that is that how do we write endpoint names, right?
Yeah. MV.
Right? API
Yeah,
endpoint.
It can.
Yeah, that's also.
Right. Okay. So let's create a new page for that. How do we write API endpoints? And format is something dash something. What does that call? All right, so it's not specific to backend. It's also to the front end as well, and to inspect this as well. So when they are implementing like an API call or new URL, for example, then they can also inspect to the backend developer. Hey, why you're not using the practice of naming the endpoints, right? So this is basically for the programmer. It's not for a specific person. It's for everyone, even for the product owner or designer, right? So they understand about these things as well.
Okay. Okay, is there more to add, Kak Bayu?
Yes, let's delete this page. S2, let's delete your page, the backend developer guideline. Move, let's say, also let's delete the front end development guideline. Let's move that into an individual page and give the right and descriptive title. There's an example for that, I think. Let me give you this. Okay, where is it? Okay, this one. Okay, this is a good guideline for writing the title. It's not just one word, not a passive word, but informative word, informative title.
Where ya? Di mana, Kak Bayu?
The whereby. Okay, so that is the conclusion, right? The conclusion for our discussion. What will we do?
Okay, so the conclusion probably S2 and I will make the coding guidelines more atomic. Is that the word? So that way it's more let's see, generalized. It's not
Okay.
specific to front end or back end. It's more generalized.
Okay, have you write that down? Siapa? Ini sekretarinya?
Dan Kak.
Iya udah.
Okay, so when should we have that? When should we check for that?
Check for what?
Check for the result of the task that you are going to do.
For
Next stand up.
S2, he already.
How about next
stand up?
stand up tomorrow?
Okay. Sure. Okay, for next stand up, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can change the date there. You can change the due date.
What is it? Do.
Okay, what will be covered from this standard? What should be finished? Let's say someone that newly onboarded can write code directly. Can we do that? So you write everything, every guideline, so that someone will already know about that. It's very easy for you because you are an intern, right? You don't know anything before. Now you have read the code and you have found something that you don't know before, and you need to make sure that the next person don't need to ask the same question as your question. Can you
Okay.
guys create that, Estu and Robert?
I think we can make a like a uh, story of the function, the workflow of the code, like how it will start, how it was uh, processed. Just uh, a novice practice. I think we can make it.
How can that could be transferred from general for back end, front end, for data science, for everyone basically?
Um, I still don't know.
Okay, sure. It's okay. You will find out in one day, basically, and update that on the stand up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yep.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll get our updates, yeah? For now, that's it for the discussion of coding guidelines. Let's go next to this discussion about PD chapter overview. Ini buat yang mana? Yang
This is the
management itu
project
bukan?
management. This is still pending. We can skip this in discussion.
Okay. And there's this. Okay, Nadia mau update lagi.
No, this is done. This is already done. Please change the status there.
Okay. PD Day. That's last Friday. Nah, kalau ini developing spot meeting guidelines to be integrated. How about this one?
Yep, for this one, as a follow-up, I tried to implement the guest funnel meeting last week by going over all the different layers. And I don't know, like I would like to ask you about your perspective, Bayu, about that. Does
Yeah,
it work well
I think
for
this
that
is
format?
good.
And then I think Kabayo also already I checked the culture, company culture first paper, and then it's already written down, yeah, the squad meeting guideline, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's already written down. It's just that I added like a small section in the guest funnel one to set the time. I want to make it like how it can be the most efficient as possible, so that there will be some discussion after.
Yeah. I think the next task is basically a leadership task. We just need to make sure that everyone is implementing it or using it, basically.
Yeah, and there could be like follow-up projects for retest, so that the data will be more comprehensive. Currently, it's already updated the data in all of the funnel, but some of it is still in the table form because it's still manual data input. So that's where PD can actually come in, and that's why PD is joining the guest funnel, the guest squad meeting, right?
Yeah.
And also data sciences, I guess. Yeah, so this is done.
Okay. And then there's this. This is done, okay. Okay, so for the novice campaign presentation, Ardi, are you ready?
Okay, so I'm sorry I'm not completing this description yet. So what it basically is it's about the presentation about how technology works in Bukit Vista, and presentation about team structure in PD, and also delivering the achieve OKR. Okay, so should I start now?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do I start? Uh, so about mm, okay. So how do I say? Yeah. First, about how technology works in Bukit Vista. So, how is technology works in Bukit Vista? So, the function of technology in Bukit Vista itself is to help reduce the amount of time that is working on, and also to improve the experience of partner, and also the guest itself. Now, for I want to focus on the how data flows in Bukit Vista. So at first, we have a data source which consists of from the emails, usually from Airbnb and Airbnb, Booking.com, and Traveloka, and also from Tokit, which is a channel manager to manage which listing or which unit is booked or not, and also from the BB API, which usually came from Airbnb, and it directly sent the data into the database. Now, the data from the email itself first have to be converted into a more structured data in text format by using parser, and then that data alongside with the input data from the toolkit can be inserted into integromat, which is a tool to do many tasks. One of the tasks is to send the data into the database, and also to notify the HAR and property owners about the bookings. And then moving on to the database, database itself is using Amazon Web Service, and also MySQL Server 5.5. Uh, and then from there, the data in the database can be used by BI to create to find some insight by doing by processing the data and visualize the data. The way that they do is to the way that they do that is by using Redash. And from the development side, there are three kind of server. First, the development server is where the all the new features or fixes are being tested in by connecting it to the by connecting it to the development database, and then the staging server, which is where those features and fixes are being tested again, but now it will be connecting to the production database. And if those features and fixes are the results are good, then it will be deployed into the master it will be deployed into the production server. uh, that's it from the how technology works in Bukit Vista. Is there any some is there any some clarification? Anybody?
Actually, this is just for my visibility. See, I'm not really familiar with the novice campaign, right? So the one that you just mentioned about the how technology works, is it anecdotal based on your experience, or is there you read it from a documentation?
I read it from the documentation, and
Oh,
also from the pairing with Chris, actually,
oh, okay.
about that. Okay, and
Why do you ask that, Fit?
I'm just wondering because like how complete is complete, because like a lot of different technology, how we connect different things is also very quite complicated, kan? Where does the book? For example, I will ask Adri. How do you know where the booking in Slack channel come from?
I think the booking itself came from I think it can be came from emails, or yeah, it came from emails, and then it will be entered into the integromat. So
Uh-huh.
it will create a notification to the Slack.
All right. So first email to parser, and then to integrate, and then to
So
notification,
yeah,
and then also some of the booking come from Tokit, not from email, something like that, right? So it's like a bit tangled, and I'm just wondering whether it's like the
yeah,
goal of this is to fully understand or to just get a glimpse?
I think okay. So about the Tokyo stuff, it's actually based on the videos that I've watched a while ago,
Oh yeah,
and
about ini kan
but
for but that one is for BI for putting the rates, right?
yeah, yeah,
Not the how the system and then like I don't know. Let's say there is a bug and you just like Chris in the beginning also previously always ask me right like what question like yeah I just because I know something like that. So I'm just wondering whether that kind of knowledge can be transferred as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is actually transferable. So Andre is watching the video of my workshop, right, Andre?
yes. Hmm.
Yeah. So the workshop is actually explaining about this,
Oh,
and
that workshop I
yeah,
remember with Pierre,
yeah.
right?
So that's why it should be on Novice campaign, and I think Andre get it a little bit too late. That Novice campaign should be finished in the beginning of the internship, so you can work on something, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
this is like a basic knowledge of how the data actually flows from
Yeah.
different system into another, so that you can work on something. You get the idea of how why there's a bug, why there's a issue, and how to get the data. I think that should be coming. Yeah.
Wait. I thought the data flow. I remember I explained data flow to someone. Is it Adri and the gang?
wait. I think I think
I
you
draw. I remember I draw something. Right.
yes,
Right.
but
Right. And then okay. So this begs the question. After you know it, like should it be like taken note or yeah? But you forget, right?
uh yeah, I did take a note, but
Or should I make a documentation on it? Something like that, right? The data flow.
uh it's up to you, Sika, about the documentation
Okay.
itself. But I think I wrote it, and if it's not complete, I already record it on my own.
Okay.
So I think in my part, it's on my own effort.
Okay. So Nadia's suggestion is for me to create the guideline for data flow. Okay. Please project manager that, Nadia. Okay, that's only like curiosity question sih tadi. Thank you.
Okay, then. And okay, so I want to talk. I want to maybe a little bit a presentation about the PD structure based on the paper that but based on the paper that I have given before. And wait, and um, I'm sorry, guys. So I think for that part I could skip it. So because I still need to find the paper of my notes.
Hmm. Langsung ke PR aja.
Okay.
I'm actually wondering, does this novice campaign only apply to Adris for the presentation, or what about the others? Like Lukman, S2, Risky, Robert, because I think they already passed their due dates, right?
Regarding this one and how technology works and the other point that Adri mentioned, I think I did do mine. When we were on the Dropbox paper, I basically explained it in 2 minutes, right? Uh, that's what the presentation is supposed to be, I think, for this one.
Okay, so that's been Risky's
hmm
novice campaign is already completed.
Um, all right. So there are some. I got 16 out of 19 of it done, and the three left is finish a bug fixing project So as a UI UX designer, I want to know how exactly I can help with that in any way, if possible, as well as where is it? What's it called? Deliver my achieved OKR in 2 minutes during PD Scrum. So in that case, is that a monthly formatted thing, or is that just flexible? I should showcase the delivered OKR at any point during our Scrum/workshop nowadays.
Tukawai, perhaps.
Wait, is that a question?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What is your asking again, Rizky?
For the novice campaign, I've basically done 16 out of 19, kanka. But
Hmm?
one of the novice campaign is to finish a bug fixing project.
Oh
So
yeah.
as UI UX design, how about can I start doing that or help out with that actually?
Yeah, sure. You can ask Nadia actually. Nadia deals with that every day, right? So, it's hey Nadia, give me work. Then you will get like 10 of them probably.
Okay. I think I'll just follow this up with the relevant person, probably with Nadia, during our UI UX sync ups as well, just to quickly mark them down.
Mhm.
Mm. Maybe on to Robert or Lukman for us too.
Okay, then. So should I show my achieve OKR in right now, Kak?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me share my screen. Uh, yeah, ini. Okay, so for the October 2021, actually my OKR is to complete the daily journal that I have to complete since the trial program. So the key result is the summary of general onboarding materials, summary on how tech works in Bukit Vista, and summary on about the workflow development project, the summary of system admin and server development, best practice, and summary about other Scrum meeting, and summary about getting insight from data analysis and KPI. This is my action is first to learn about how technology works, learn about the workflow of development project based on the paper that I have been given, and read through the paper and slide the link in each material, and also learn about software development best practice with Chris, and learn about getting insight from the data analysis and KPI management with KVD. Now the result of this daily journal can be seen in this paper. So basically, this is the uh, all of my notes and also conclusions of each of the material that I have been given pre-trial, and then uh,
Hmm. Okay, so this is your OKR is basically novice campaign.
uh,
Is that right?
for the October is about this daily journals, Kak, for the trial program.
Hmm. Okay. What about the next month?
Okay, so the next oh, for the next month, actually the finish novice campaign. The key result is understand how technology works by small presentation or explanation. Small presentation about how workflow of development project, learn about system admin and software development and the best practice, and summary of other chapter Scrum, and summary of why communication is important based on PD culture document, finished product of your project and OKR, assigned to be a campaign manager assistant, and quick presentation or explanation about my achieve OKR, and a report of communication performance. And out of those key results, only one, two, three, four, five, six, eight of them are actually done, and the rest of them are not actually done.
Okay, that is for the learning part, but OKR should be the work part. But Do you have any work OKR?
The work related. Okay. Okay. So the work related is first the property unit listing data refactoring for to have data analysis. So it is a previous project that me and Lukman are done in the past. And then there is also the data analysis about booking types and product market fit analysis. Uh, so the property and unit list data refactoring is already done based on the past project, but the data analysis is actually not done yet. And yeah.
Mm. Okay, let's check the key result. Do we have 100% no duplicated property data today?
Okay, so let's see. Just
Okay, if you don't have the report, can you make a report? An OKR report is this. OKR report is basically this, right? What you are working on, then what you are expected to deliver, and then the report is basically whether yes or no, right? Is it achieved or not?
all right. So but yeah, yes, good. But the specific or of what the amount of duplicate that have been cleaned is actually in the other papers, juga. So should I should I
Yep. Just a quick report. Is it yes or no? Yes or no? Is it achieved or not? 100% or not 100%?
oh okay. So it should be in it should be in the result, yeah.
Yeah. You can change the key result items into a checkbox, and then just attach your result there if it's done. Okay. Do you know the answer already, Adri? Do you know if we have 100% no duplicated property data?
Yes, but it's not in percentage, but the amount of data actually.
Okay, so 100% no duplication, or yeah, like how many properties? If it 200 properties and 200 property data now, is it correct?
Yes. So it's
Okay.
to duplicate ini like this kan?
No, it's how many property that we actually have, and how many property are in the database.
Oh, all right. I
Right. So
can.
you can just basically go to the database and see if there's any property with the same name there, and then yeah, that's basically no duplicate. It's 100% no duplicate. That's very easy, right? 100 property, 100 data. It means no duplicate.
Okay.
Okay. Let's work on that later. You can deliver this later. When do you want to report this? Please set a date. And also the next OKR as well. 100% correct property details from the duplicated data. Yes or no. And where is the result, right? You can just attach that. 100% correct unit data. Yes or no. And then where can we see the proof of that? 100% correct listing to unit data relation. Is it achieved or not? And then where is the data? So basically, it's like that. The report is pretty simple.
Okay.
Okay, you can yeah, we can ask like VD for example, right? Hey VD, is this right or not? So to verify that you have cleaned all of the duplicated data.
Okay. I see that.
Hmm?
So it's about okay.
Oh yeah, Kabayo. I just noticed that OKR is still using paper, right?
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
Is there any like implementation to move it on Coda, or is it not yet discussed?
It's discussed in HR, but they still don't have the conclusion.
Oh, I see. I will try to follow up then. Thank you, Kak.
Okay, Robert, is there anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it. For
Maybe I can share my OKR too. It's quite simplistic,
How long would that
like
need? I think we run out
1
of time.
minute. Like it's really simple. For the December, we'll talk about the December OKR maybe. So my objective for December is finish and deliver a product and be involved in a small task that differs from my role. Would that be okay? So my action would be develop the product and then learn Flutter and SQL queries. And then my key result would be complete a 2 tasks from BFigo, complete 2 tasks for bigger backend, and then complete the development for the front end product.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay,
is
that's
that
it.
okay? So that is not a very good key result, though.
Oh my god.
Complete 2 tasks. What is that? What is the goal? Is it any task,
Yeah.
easy task, small task, or big task? Is there any difference between them?
Mm, in just like in the milestone, there's various tasks in milestone.
Right.
I would
Okay.
do.
Here's how to write better key results. So basically, you're not thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about other people. Let's say if you're talking to me about your key result, what you can list on your key result is what can I benefit from your key result. If you complete the development of property details form on partner onboarding steps, for example, your key result